The NC State Wolfpack and Florida State Seminoles will meet up in Week 9 of the 2013 college football season. This is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. Saturday's opening kickoff scheduled for 3:30 Eastern Time on ABC from Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. The Seminoles opened up as 27.5-point home favorites. That number has risen as high as 31.5 in the market, while the betting total stands at 58 at SBRodds.com. NC State 3-3 straight up and against the spread, but has lost all 3 games against ACC opponents. The Wolfpack do come off a bye week and looking to bounce back from a 24-10 loss to the Syracuse Orange as 6.5-point home favorites on October 12th. NC State is 11-22 straight up all time against Florida State, but the two teams have split the last 8 meetings in the series. Of course, NC State is led by first-year head coach Dave Doeren, who was 2-0 after an open date during his time at Northern Illinois. And this is a big game for the coaching staff in terms of recruiting, as 9 of the 10 players that are on the current roster that hail from the Sunshine State were signed by Doeren last year. Florida State 6-0 straight up, 5-1 against the spread, of course, coming off a 51-14 blowout victory over the Clemson Tigers as 5-point road favorites last Saturday, landing the Seminoles in the number 2 spot in the first release of the BCS standings. The Seminoles have 10 straight wins over conference opponents, outscoring them by a 425-146 margin over that span, with the offense averaging 489.3 yards per game. Since Jimbo Fisher took over in 2010, Florida State is holding opponents to 11.5 points per game at home. But from a handicapping perspective, there's just no way that I can back a team that's coming off arguably the biggest win in the Fisher era, while also looking ahead to hosting in-state rival Miami at this venue next Saturday. So I'm going to grab the points and take the NC State Wolfpack as 31.5-point road underdogs against the Florida State Seminoles on Saturday. Also for the fact that the line opened at 27.5. Why did the odds maker not send it out at least 28, knowing that people would want to land on that type of number and then shooting up to 31.5? So I also like the points for that sake, in the fact that I think the lines maker kind of screwed up, but now the number is absolutely right, and I think there's value in the road underdog. This has been another edition of Across the Board here at SBRforum.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Grant Sports. Cut.